Hi, my name is Nick.
Hi, my name's Jordan.
We are interviewing Joe Manning. Thank you for joining us today.
My pleasure. Thanks. I'm glad you guys are doing this with me.
Were you born in Nantucket?
No, I grew up near Buffalo, New York, and I in a small town called Attica.
So tell me about a bit more about Attica.
It's a it's quite a small town. There's a lot more cows than people there. It's Maine. It's somewhat known to many people as a prison town. Has a very large maximum security prison for New York State. But when you grow up there, I guess I kind of forget that it's sort of there, even though I was an employer for a lot of my friends' families and whatnot. But it's a very small, rural town with farms everywhere.
Yes. Tell us a bit more about your childhood.
I have an older brother, Matt, and we grew up on this road where our house is about 7 miles out of town. Across the street was a dairy farm, and next door was a cornfield, and then there was a sheep farm just past that. And then there was a little lake and a stream, and basically I spent probably 2/3 of my childhood in the woods and along that stream, just fishing and catching crayfish.
So when did you come to Nantucket?
I came here when I was a kid for about half a day one time. And then after that, I came here in, I think that was in the late 80s. And then in 2001, I moved here full time.
What do you do for work?
I'm a physical therapist.
Do you enjoy your job?
Yes, I do. It's a great job.
What kind of studying did you do to become a physical therapist?
I went to physical therapy school.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm kidding. But it's a specific degree profession, and it's changed over time. But for the most part, most schools have a major in physical therapy, and you follow that track. And nowadays, you have to go for longer than when I had to, so it's become quite an extensive education.
So is it a hard life being a physical therapist?
Well, you have to define hard. I would say my life is better than 99.999% of the people on this planet, so I would have to say no.
When you became a physical therapist here, did you start knowing a lot more people?
Well, I worked at the hospital for 5 years, and that was very rewarding, and I got to know a lot of really great people. And that really helped me when I went into business for myself, because I already knew a lot of people. I knew I wanted to be here. And Nantucket's a place, and you guys grew up here, but coming from an outsider's perspective like mine, it's a place where you can get to know people quite quickly. And you're probably a lot less anonymous than you think, especially you guys. So that's why you gotta be careful, all right?
Yes.
Yeah, how does it feel being a business owner?
I definitely like it. There's no doubt about that. It's kind of hard to predict whether or not you will like it, I think. There's good parts and there's bad parts, but it's certainly rewarding.
Could you tell me the good and bad parts about your business?
Payroll, bills, and no, those are the bad parts. But actually, they're so far outweighed. My job, I'm very lucky that I get to see and interact with a lot of people in the community on a daily basis. And my coworkers are awesome people, and they're just nice to be around as well. So I feel very lucky I get to interact with the community on a regular basis. And something when I was a kid, I never would have thought that would be important to me. But as an adult, you realize how rewarding that is.
What is your favorite thing on Nantucket? What is your favorite thing to do during vacation on Nantucket?
Oh, there's a lot of things. I've got 2 young boys, so spending time with them and my wife, I really like. So days at the beach are always good, or going to Alta Rock, or going for a hike somewhere. I really enjoy.
What's your son's name?
I have a 7-year-old son named Will and a 5-year-old son named Hank.
Oh, okay. You say you have a wife, so what's her name?
Her name is Molly.
Do you volunteer with anything in Nantucket?
Currently, I'm involved with the Nantucket Boys and Girls Club and with Sherburne Commons.
What's your favorite thing and why?
My favorite thing is probably extra crispy chicken wings because they taste really good.
Okay.
But also they come from Buffalo. I think I grew up with that as a staple.
Okay. Are you where you envision yourself to be? Like,
I don't really know. That's a good question, and I'm very happy where I am. There's for sure, but I'm not sure if I ever thought I'd end up where I was. I guess in 7th grade, I told one of my friends after I came here on a quick day trip one time that I was going to live here someday. So I guess that came true. I don't remember that conversation, but they reminded me of that later on in life. So maybe I am where I envision myself to be, but I don't totally remember it.
When you were younger, like, what was your dream job?
I think when I was younger, I had a hard time thinking further than like 10 days in advance. So I don't even know if I really even ever thought about a dream job, to be honest with you.
Who made you become who you are now?
Can I choose one person, or does it have to be like 790,000 people? That is I think, there's the obvious people in my life: my parents, my brother, my wife, my kids, my wife's family, friends growing up, friends I have here, the people I work with. Everybody has definitely had, some sort of impact on me and kind of shaped me to who I am now. So it'd be very hard to say one person, but, certainly your parents play a big role in that. They probably had the greatest influence on me, obviously. But, it's funny how as you change with time, there's other people will influence you as well and help you make decisions and things like that as well. So it's hard to say just one or two people, but certainly my parents are probably had the greatest role.
okay. This is a weird question, but if I was to get married, what advice would you give me?
Did you come up with that question yourself?
No.
Okay. That's what I thought. No, I was kidding. Okay. It's better than you think, okay? And I think being patient is extremely important. And I think you have to be an open communicator. And I think that's hard for a lot of people, but it makes a big difference for sure.
What was your favorite football team when you were younger or now?
So it hasn't changed, and it's never going to change, okay? It's the Buffalo Bills, all right? I really I like Patriots fans, okay? But I really dislike the Patriots almost more than anything. So, and that's not going to change. And the Bills are going to be really good next year. Just trust me.
Do you have anything that you want to tell us that we haven't asked yet?
Do you guys like 7th grade?
I want to graduate.
Why?
Because I'm out of school.
Yeah.
School's tough at your age, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But right now you're in the worst year of school. Next year's a little bit better, and then it's a little bit better after that, and it's a little bit better after that. And you will definitely enjoy school as these next few years go by. Right now you're in the worst grade. 7th grade's tough.
Yeah. And then comes life.
Yeah, but you're living life right now, so don't worry about that.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
No, I'm cool.
Thank you.
Hey, you guys are awesome.
Thank you for your
A pleasure to meet you guys and get to know you this past week.